So that's fine. So then we sit all the kids down for lunch, and the rule is eat your damn lunch and be thankful for it, because you think about this. Leonard Cohen wrote this song once about, I don't remember the song particularly, but he talked about the homicidal bitching that goes down in every kitchen about who's going to serve and who's going to eat. It's like, if you haven't encountered that, then there's something terribly wrong, you know. So, because a lot of the tension in households is domestic tension, the tension between husbands and wives, say, or husbands, wives, and children. It's like, just who the hell's going to do the domestic duties, and how, and when? And the answer can't be, well, we're not going to do them, because then, you know, you eat Cheetos and popcorn and, you know, for the rest of your life, and that's not good. It's got to the point in England, because the domestic situations have deteriorated, the rituals have deteriorated to such a point that about 1/3 of families no longer have a dining room table. And you can buy pre-cooked hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, right. You know, it's not a good thing. And you might ask yourself, why the hell everyone is either fat or has an eating disorder? And, you know, part of the reason is that the entire domestic routine around regulating food intake has disappeared. That's a terrible thing for people, because we're social eaters. So you might say, well, if you sit down with a bunch of other people at a table, how much should you eat? And the answer is, you should eat on average what everyone else eats. And that's exactly what you do, even if you don't notice it. You know, people are so wired into, we did experiments like this. If you bring undergraduates who don't know each other into a lab, and you give them a snack while they're doing something, like watching a movie, they will eat the same number of chips. So, you know, if one of them eats the whole, half the thing, the other will eat half. If one only has one, the other will only have one. The correlation between the food intake, between the dyads, was about 0.8. It was staggering. It seemed to be a little higher for extroverts than for introverts, but it was remarkably concordant. And you can understand why, right? Because human beings share food. It's like, you are not going to be a popular tribes person if you eat, you know, 30% of the food when food is in short supply. You better be bloody awake and make sure that you don't take more than your share. And, you know, it's a fundamental element of human nature to do that. And you know, and we also regulate our sense of satiety by cues that are external to us. So regulating our food intake, also because we're omnivores, turns out to be a tremendously difficult thing. And well,